everyone, let's continue. So, yeah, I have prepared some plan for today, but I'm not sure that I can finish it today, but at least I like that I have some plans. Okay, so let's start with the things that were not done yesterday. I will add some type specs for our current code, but I think it's better to do this before actually moving the type specs. Have an application here and okay, so I think I will extract this structure to a known module. Do we use logger here? Okay, we don't use logger here. We'll create a module state. So instead of module, in most cases, we'll be just using state. We'll find every instead of this, we'll be doing this. Okay. Let's check that it works. Okay, this works. So we'll add the type spec for it. Type. Let's see how to create a type specs. It's type. Okay. And we'll be using this one. Okay, by the way, you can write your questions. I can expand or give some information regarding this, regarding your questions. Type. How does it? Do we write this? Type something and string dot type. So we will add some something like this for our module type t and socket is so what is a socket? Okay, ID send text spec for this module. So what do we use here? Socket. It's GenTCP connect. Okay. TCP connect. What does it return? It returns socket. Socket is inside the GenTCP. Instead of using Gen server, we'll be using GenTCP. TCP socket. Or if there is no connection. Okay. Counter. It's the requests will be requests. It will be a dictionary map. The key here is so what is so it is request ID. So request ID and reply. So it's also an integer. Requests where the keys integer and values. State request, state counter. So we put inside this requests with the ID this one and from. So we put the from, and from is call. Okay. So from is server. Handle event. So handle event is where do we use it? And so it's a function for nil that accepts some message. Handle event is a function. How do we define some functions? So it is a function, anonymous function, zero variety. So first argument is something, the second argument is something, and it returns this. So it's it uses this one and returns not sure that it returns something. Okay. We will not use it anyway. Oh. Yeah. It should fail because we have no build dog for it. So let it be something like this. Let's format everything and extract. I think I will rename or copy this file, and I will name it like MPV socket. MPV socket X. Okay. This socket. This can be removed. We will have an empty file because actually it is a socket for connecting to the MPV server. Let's check our tests. They should fail. Okay, they do fail. That's okay because we're using other module. Test MPV. Okay. Instead of, let's also rename this file. Instead of Elixir home test, it will be MPV socket test X. Okay. Yeah, instead of this one, we just take everything, MPV, socket. We'll be using this one. Okay. And also instead of client, I will be socket data. And with this, I have no use for our tests. Ah, deleted the comma. Our tests are passing. We have modules for state. I think I will add just the module for the arguments. Module arguments. So yeah, it will be def structure and socket location, and the other thing we have here is handle event. Waiting just a type spec for it. Module socket location. It's a string T. Counter, we don't need this one, and we need a handle event. I think we should also enforce keys. So both arguments should be present. Use keys. Okay. And they should not be empty. Handle event is a function. Okay. That T and some term. And returns. I'm not sure what it returns. So it's okay. Thus, we just use it to handle some data. What? Why do we have some issues? We check and list errors. Error. Okay. That of it. Oh, interesting one. It just what? For keys. Okay. I think it should be okay. Let's format the file. Okay. So yeah, something like this. So instead of it, I will be using arguments. Okay. So if you have any questions, just to remind that yeah, I will be glad to answer them. Okay, start link with arguments, and we have a data. Next thing, we pass it to arguments. Help to start child, and the event, socket location, start link. Oh, okay. Okay, everything works, but our tests using the dictionary instead of arguments file. Just to so Credo will be not complaining about our code. Next, we'll be going to our tests and we are starting this one. The socket arguments. Okay. Test should pass right now. It's nice. Okay. So let's just move to our MPV socket. We have a module doc. We have type specs for state, for arguments. Okay, start link. Specs. Start link. And instead of this one, we'll be using T. Oh. And what does start link returns? Okay, it returns on start. Server on start. Send PID. Server on what does recall return? It returns term. Okay. It returns a term and the data is a map. Use date. Then server callbacks. I think we can borrow these ones. Extract link, but init. Step. Everything handle call. Oh, where do we need to check the order? Okay. What is the problem? Let's see. This one. So instead of this one will be returning just a term. It's something like any. Why? Expected. Ignore or let's see. What do we have right here? Oops. And oh, and the call we have it here, and let's move to our okay. I think we should just use everything that we have. Yeah. So let's just add type specs for our calling part for our client thing, but not for the callbacks. Okay. Extruded those files. This one is much shorter right now. We have not changed its application. MPV socket. Okay. And test MPV server. We'll just create as in previous file. Module state. Move it to there. Pass, server, connection, test PID, received messages, and so on. So start link. Where do we have? Okay, state. It is here. It will be state. State. Okay. Where is our client? Is MPV socket. Let's borrow some state definitions from here. So socket pass we have socket location. Okay. Socket pass. Socket pass will be this one. And thank you for your message. Okay, I will be glad to answer any questions regarding Elixir and what we are doing here. So just feel free to add them. So socket pass, it's string T. Okay, we need this. I think we should enforce keys. This one. Okay, enforce keys, socket pass. So without this one, will not be. Okay, I'm not sure that we need to enforce any keys right now. Socket pass, it will be string T, or just because it is an internal thing in our. So this state is just internal state for our generic server. I think we should not enforce some keys, and these type specs will allow us to use more information and allow our IDE to add some more interesting completions. The socket pass, we have added this here, server instead of this one. I think it will be server. I'm not sure that it is GenTCP socket. Let's look at it and listen. Except listen socket. Listen socket is a socket. Listen socket is a socket. Okay. So it's, we are right. It's this. So connection and something. It returns OK and socket. Where socket is a socket. Okay. Connection is also a socket. Test PID is a process ID for our test, and we receive messages. It will be a list of terms. Okay. We have what does it contain? And define fields. Test MPV server state. I think that the IDE had not just updated. Okay. The tests are passing. Except for not. And module doc. We will extend this after some time. So, okay. We start link with init arguments. And we'll just create a module. We'll just create a module for init arguments. Okay. It has socket pass and test PID. I think we can borrow some parts of this one. Okay, it's socket pass and test PID. So we can remove this one, and not something. format the file. I think we even don't need test PID, because when we start a link, we can get and test PID. So regarding these ones, when we have a generic server, and we have two processes. One process is the one that starts it. So actually, the start link and I think that init part are or at least start link is performed inside the context of a calling process. So it runs some function that starts another process. So I'm not sure regarding this one. So let's just look at it and inspect self. So what we see here, it's a calling, it's a process ID of a calling process, and this one is a process ID of a started process. As we see, they're closely related. So yeah, okay. Start link part is performed inside a calling process, and init link inside a new process. I think it's better to not to do anything that can break your current process in start link. Otherwise, you can just crash a part of your application. So if you need to do some setup, it's better to use continue, as we see. Do we have a continue? We have yesterday used handle continue for this case. So if we tried to accept a connection just inside the state, inside the init function, we just waited for a long time without anything. So yeah, it's better to offload the connection and some long-running tasks to handle continue, or just you can send some message to the process itself and use handle info to process it. Okay, so test PID, it's self. Test PID is self. Okay, I will enforce keys. Only socket pass. Only socket pass. It should not. Okay, I think it should not be nullable this way. And test PID is a PID, or we will be able to create anything, to create something from, so we will be able to create without test PID. So start link, let's just type spec for it. Start link, and it assets elements. arguments t returns server on start. Yeah. Arguments is our arguments will be not date. So let's see how can we update something in the inside map. Google understood me. Where are our functions? There are quite a lot of them. So we need to update or replace. You replace. So what is replace? If key already exists, not exist. Update, update. Put new. Okay. So let's check it. Put new. Okay. So it will not work. So instead of this one, I think I will do function existing value. Okay. We'll be doing just map update. So arguments update. What is the difference? If we have only update, so we have a default here. I think it will be okay for us. Update and arguments and test PID, and the value. If the value is empty, I will just update it with self. And let's use a pipe for it. Arguments. Okay, you create this one, and I think our test will just fail as expected. So I will update our fixtures when we start a server. So instead of this one, test MPV server and arguments. Okay, that should do. And user, I think we should not. We don't need the test ID right now. And let's just update our tests to fixture. Since interesting thing, data test. Interesting refactoring. So the test are passing, but we have some things, some unexpected things. Let's test MPV server. Start link. Have started. Received messages. Okay. So I will not cover the types, will not add the type specs for our callbacks. Instead of it, will be just using something like this spec and receive messages where server is already it returns list of maps. Send event. By server is PID and event is map, and it returns. I'm not sure what it returns. I think we'll just return any. Received unexpected message. Okay. Okay, CRUD is happy. What is about Elixir? The Elixir is happy too. Okay. So why do our tests complain? Someone sends data to the server and this one. Supervisor received unexpected message. So who sends the data test and data test? Data test. Okay. MPV sockets and MPV sockets and I see. I see. So let's return the test PID. Let's return the test PID path. Test PID server. Socket path and test PID. So both keys now are required. So the case is here that we run start link just inside the supervisor. Inside the supervisor, and we are sending our information about events, about the same data to the supervisor too. Okay. Fixture socket path and test PID. Test PID. Which should fix our problems. Socket location. Arguments. Okay, not this one, but this one. This one. So all tests are running correctly. Regarding the fixtures, we're already in here. It returns. I think it returns something. Integer returns integer unique socket location. Unique socket location returns string. Okay. We'll just move thing. Event, only to these things. We'll create a module. So it's event tag. Okay. Event handler. And handler accepts PD and returns okay. It returns some function. Yeah, received message, last received message. Last received message, it returns only one thing. Received event. Okay, the lasers. It does not complain. Send event. Send event. What does it return? Send event. Okay. Test server. So if we don't find any test server PID, then we let's see how it works. I think the test should pass. Okay, and running in the test thing because we have the fixtures only in test environment. Yes. Access from test fixtures and okay. We will not be able to access it anyway. Okay, so server is not found. So it will erase. Spec test server, and it returns ready. Test server function server picture has no local return. Has no local return. Okay, the Elixir already starts to complain about our usage function server fixture. There's no local return. Seems that something went wrong. What about now? Okay. So the Elixir does not complain. Tests are pressing and credo. Okay. So everything is happy. Not our progress. This here. Restore. Check whether process ID is in process dictionary. So this one we're just doing this one. Okay. Update. Test MPV server. Add ability to respond with a custom response. Okay. Just push some current changes. So it's our test MPV server. And we need to have a way to return custom response. Send data. We're doing this, encoding this, and preparing the correct format. We're using state and our response. So let's just add some extra information. Or the connection will be this here. RST. First sorted, then in alphabetical order. Socket pass, received messages. Next thing will be this response function. Okay. Will be function that accepts datasets request ID. It will be a string and data, which is request data, which is dictionary, and returns new dictionary. And returns a new dictionary. Okay. Response function will, I think I will add some default value for response function. Yeah. Okay. But I will add this here. So circuit path, test PD, server, and I'll just add some something, some function here. I'll just add some function here. It will be default response handler with default response handler, request ID, request ID, request data, and I will return this one. Where does it contain? Okay, we have no request. We have no decoded here, and request data is not used. That is type spec for it. This. Yeah, we have response function. And we create initial state here. Let's see whether we can use a default value for our response function. And module. this one. And add some default values here. Okay, not this one, but just okay. Okay. The spec for the function does not match the success typing for the function. Response handler. Dot something and the laser is happy. Just for now. Okay. Okay. Let's just use this one, send data. State response function. Code it. And request ID. Request ID. The next thing is code it. Just the message. Okay. Tests. Okay. Everything works. Let's just break something. Test should fail. at least some of them. Okay, so we are using the very some else response function. I think we need to be able to set the response function. Set response function, and we will use server and set response function. Okay. Set the specification, so set response function server is ready. Response function is some function that accepts the string t and up and returns up. Okay, and it returns something. Let's just implement this one. Handle call. Handle call. It is on. Yeah. Response function. Yeah. Right now we can just set the response function. The tests are passing. And we formatted the files. The laser is happy. Link. Freddy is happy. Okay. Okay, the coverage dropped a little bit, but I think it's okay for now. At least it should pass. To answer this custom response, test error response from a server. Tests that server repair. So we have not used this one. We have not used process. Okay. So let's just use this in our tests. Test MPV server, set response function, set response function. It will be set response function for the server. Return that sets request ID and request ID and something that we don't care, and returns dictionary. Request ID and error will be unique integer. So we will not be able to put this in our tests. So let's not this. And let's break some existing test. Not send event, but there's command with errors. Okay. Okay. So let's just add some tests. Request fields respond with errors and okay. I see. We need an error. So what do we receive? Error message. Error. Some error. What's the case? Oh. What does this function? Is this one? So we're extracting some error and returning it as a tuple. I see. I see. Okay. So instead of this one, I will be using simple. So the case was when we were sending something, we were using bash bank function with exclamation mark. So this way, we were trying to receive the OK result tuple, but it was not successful. So instead of this one, we were not able to match it and failed before just returning to the test itself. So instead of this one, I have used this function. And okay. Oh yeah. Right now the test coverage is highest possible one. I think I have already done this. Create MPV client module. No, I have not reached this one. So MPV client, it will be using MPV socket to run commands. I think we'll be creating a very simple player that will be able to load a track, to play it, or force to clear playlist, to get some property. MPV, I have researched a little bit about this one, and MPV is able to provide the data about the current state of player via the properties. So those properties can be like volume or progress or some else. It also has a property related to the metadata for the track. So I think it is very useful. So set property thing just will allow us to set a volume level and seek something. So it's okay for us to have it like this. The next thing what we can have is to subscribe to property. This means that we can just receive events about the changes inside the property. Okay. The next, those things will be using the properties. Okay. Okay, regarding this one, right now when we call some action, we have a default timeout of 5 seconds. So if we want to debug something inside the tests, not on the calling side, but on the actual implementation inside the server, we should be able to extend the timeout. So we run tests inside via mix test command, and that means I have already done this a little bit some time ago, and we can just use the timeouts for much longer duration. So instead of 5 seconds, we can wait for infinity. This will allow us to just connect to the running server and do something inside it. And this will not break our workflow. It will not kill our process. So let's see what I mean. So we have a send function here, yeah, and we have a send function, and here we are inside the actual process. I've added some debugging here, and run inside an interactive shell. So yeah, we can be waiting for 5 seconds, and we have a killed process. So all tests will fail for such case. They were not able to connect to the server to send any data. Okay, but we can just improve it by using the infinity as a timeout. So yeah. So let's focus on our current implementation. Test server reconnection. Let's add the test for this one. Test. We just copy some test. Yeah, in some cases the player can just stop working, and if it stops working, it will bring down the whole everything that listens to it, and just can lead to stopping the whole application. So I think we can do something like checking where the server is connected and trying to reconnect to it. Yeah. We have a socket location, we have a server fixture, return a socket, and socket location, switch location. We just do this. Type supervised, the socket, data, server fixture. Okay, I think we can try again to replace the test PID. We'll try to replace this one again. I think we have tried to do this inside the actual start link, but instead of it, I think that should do, because the fixture is being run not inside the not inside the servers. Not inside the actual server process, not inside the supervisor, but inside the calling process. Server fixture socket location. Variable socket does not exist. What does it contain? MPV socket test time 54. Okay. I see. Variable event. Okay. We'll just have filling test server. Okay. Test server. So we have a socket, and socket location. We'll just add the server here. Socket data server, and we'll just return a server too. So yeah. Okay, so here we send some event. The next thing what we do is to stop supervised server. We'll stop the server. There was not able. Stop supervised server. The next thing you will need to check that you will receive an error. And not connected. Next thing I will server fixture. I'll be using another server fixture with socket location. Send some extra data and check that everything that we are able to send the data to a client. So just like, let's break it down. At first we are sending some message to a client and check that we are able to receive that message. Next thing, we start on the server, and if we try to send something, we will get an error and not connected. The next thing, if we try to start the server again and sending the data to a socket, check that it should succeed. Okay. Interesting one. Let's just add some something. Let's debug it. So server here is a process ID. Let's just kill it. Process exit server. Okay. Oh, we killed it very roughly. Oh, okay. TCP closed. So socket was not ready for this. Socket was not ready for this. Stop supervised server. Let's exit server. We just kill it now so brutally. We are not able to kill it. So we just kill it. Okay. Okay. So at last our test is filling correctly. Our test is filling correctly. So yeah. Let's just dig inside the case. No match. Right hand. Site value error closed. Last message. And the event. Event handler, requests, and so on. Last message. Send data test. I think we have a race condition here too. We just do this. So in this case, we were not able to do anything because the event that the server is disconnected has not been sent yet. So the server is killed. We have no information regarding this one. Okay, let's do this. We have a send. Okay. Chain TCP handle call send. So we have a chain TCP send. We can do it as a case. Do it as a case. If okay, if we receive okay, we do this. If we receive some error, so what do the chain TCP send returns? Chain TCP send returns okay or error reason. If error reason, then I will reply with the reason and state. Okay. But at least it works. It's just I see. I see. So it's ready. Okay. Tab supervised. This function expects the the ID in the child specification. So the ID here, the ID here is socket pass and test ID. I see. So it expects not a server, it expects this. It is a server ID. Server terminating. Okay. So instead of using a server, we'll just need test. This should be. Okay. Stop supervised. We'll do this. Okay. This should work. Let's see. Information regarding this one. Function, no function, close matching. Handling force for V on a table. Server 55. 55. I think we don't need this one. Socket, and also we don't need it here. Vector. Access home, MPV socket, handle info. TCP closed. Okay. Where is our MPV socket? Handle info. Handle info. TCP closed. TCP closed. Socket. TCP closed and socket. TCP closed and socket. We have it here and state. And then info, you state TCP closed. We have no message. We will be using state and so and socket will be nil. New state will be this one. handle call send data. I think we should have another call for send. Server. Okay, handle call send data. I think we should not need any from and socket. Reply not error not connected and current state. They're not connected. Okay, let's fix the bank in our test. And our test will pass. Or not. I see. Yeah, we have a very nice test because it says that we have not implemented anything. No. Okay. So let's create another thing for our socket. I will name it connected. I will call it connected. PAT at it will return boolean value. So connect PAT then server call erase our handle call. Handle call. Connected from state socket state reply with okay. If socket is not nil, then we are connected. Otherwise, we are disconnected. Why does it complain? Which variable? It's formatted file. Let's see. Okay. We have the sockets and the socket connected. Okay, so it should not be connected. We need to assert that okay. Let's do this just for now. Circuit connected. Okay. Connection closed. Why? Press the wrong button. Let's sleep for 10 milliseconds. We have now so stable test to this one. Wait until socket disconnect. Wait until socket disconnect. What will we do here? Until socket disconnect. AD. and something. I think I will move it to actual test. As a private function. Socket connected. Let's do a recursive function for this one. Timeout will be integer. I will try to receive something. Non-existing key. Non-existing. So I will wait for non-existing message. It's not very. I think I will do this. Sleep for 1 millisecond and increase the socket. If MPV socket connected, then I will just run the same function, socket and timeout -1. Also, we return a key. Okay. Let's move it like this. Let's give a default timeout of, for example, 100 milliseconds. Full timeout of 100 milliseconds. Wait until I think it's, I can give a better name for this. Wait until socket not connect. Wait until socket state, socket and connected. It will be socket AD. Wait until socket connection. So yeah, keep socket connected. Socket connected. Socket state was not the same as we need. Then we wait. Get connected. I don't need this. And we connected timeout. Unit callbacks and assertions. I think I should fail the test. Yeah, it's somewhere in assertions. What is name of that function? Func. Punk. Then timeout. Okay. Enable to wait until socket reaches the state we need. One should write. Okay. Okay. Not sure that it will work as intended, but yeah. I need to do something like this without to. Okay. Oh, second close, first close. Okay, so 1, 2, and default without 2, without anything. Okay, I have not removed this one. Defined function. Wait till socket disconnect. And I think I will have Timeout here. Timeout here. Good. Wait till socket connection. Wait until socket. False. Until socket connection. Okay. Disconnect. So yeah. Socket. Connected and timeout. Ugly. It's quite ugly thing. Let's just move it to the pictures. Okay. Socket to the favorite. X61 and MPV socket. This one will be public function and this will be private. Okay, it callbacks. Okay. Sections. Okay. Okay. And where is my test? Here is my test. I think I can remove this. Test MPV server. Let's add another function. Wait until connects and connects. Connects. Okay, we have a failing test. And on the line 64. So socket was not able to connect successfully. So we have a failing test. Okay. MPV socket. We have MPV socket, MPV socket test, MPV socket. Okay. So we will need to handle a disconnection or connection. Handle call, handle info. Handle info, what does it return? Return values as in handle cost. Okay, we already have Sweden server. Just have a handle cost for it. Result. Okay, so no reply new state, no reply new state timeout. And continue. Continue. Handle info. Reply new state timeout. Timeout. What is timeout? No reply new state. Continuous loop. No reply new state timeout. Accept timeout. Timeouts. Oh, okay. The return value of init function may include a timeout value in milliseconds. The timeout will be used. It is low. Okay. Is any message already? The timeout value is returned. The timeout is ignored and the waiting message is handled. If any message. Okay. So I think we should not use it for now. We'll handle info. Timeout section. request, returning timeout, continue. So we have socket counter requests, handle event, and I think we also need the reconnect timeout. It will be integer. Reconnect timeout. And it's not a timeout, but interval. Now let's move it here. Reconnect interval. And by default it will be I think it should be like this. And an event and interval. Reconnect interval. I will just it out with the default value. Connect interval. Okay. Components and we need to have an init. Init. Okay, socket. Socket location. I think we also should need to store a socket location. We also move requests. Oh, так, link, advanced data, link, нет. Okay. Will match state. This X. Do some filling tests. And recall. Okay. This should do. Simply like this. Okay. This should work. Okay. Except the last thing. It is not implemented. So we are merging this one. What is TCP connect? Okay. tries to connect for some specific timeout, and yeah. Okay. Continue and connect to socket. Okay. Instead of, I think I will just start implement server and socket. Connect, and we'll continue connect to socket. State, and this will be state. Y, and socket will be like this. We're trying to connect to it, and state will be like state, and also socket. Sounds like this. Socket. Why does it complain? State socket location. Instead of this, I will do the next thing will be run struct, and so map from struct just so what is structs in Elixir? They are just maps that have a special keyword called struct. It's double underscore, and map from struct just removes this key. Okay, map from struct, and then I see. Struct. It accepts keys, and it's state. Next thing will be args platform struct. And okay. This instead of this one. I think we should not try to connect. Okay. Every tests, all other tests are passing. Okay, we'll try. Reconnect key will be reconnect. Okay. So when we handle info TCP closed, we assign this one, and here connect to socket. Okay. Let's fail in the other place. Trying to connect to it. And yeah, please connect result. Please connect result. So if our connect result is okay and okay and socket, then we do this one. Okay. We see if we have some error. Doesn't matter what is the reason. Then we do one state. Don't change this state. Okay. And just trying to and after, okay, it's in process, and destination message time options. Process, and after we will be sending to self and reconnect key the time will be taken from state reconnect interval. Okay. Okay. So we are scheduling another call after some timeout. Handle info. Let's see how it will fail. Now it and send after mail PVD reconnect. What? Reconnect interval. Oh, I see. Will be 100 milliseconds. Okay. So we were not able to match this function. We will handle info for it. Then server. Reconnect key and state. Okay, what should we do here? We'll reply, return the reply, and state, and continue, and this one will be what do we connect to socket? Okay. Every test is passing. Actually, we can just make everything more fast. So fixtures. So we are waiting for 100 milliseconds to reconnect. Okay. We're waiting for 100 milliseconds and try to reconnect. Let's see. MPV socket, MPV socket. socket arguments. Okay, icon. Yeah. We were able to speed up a little bit. Instead of 100 milliseconds, it now takes a little bit less. Okay. Okay. So let's check everything. Oh, where is the Git folder? GitHub. We'll just close and reopen Time Editor. Propose. The first thing is this file. Okay, no errors, so it should pass. The next thing is check formatted. Okay, everything is formatted. Good. Okay, I think I will fix it. So those are from fixtures. Leave, oh no, not inside it, but inside this one. The first one, MPV server. That should fix it, and the other one on the line 81. Okay. Check that. I think that should be fine. And okay. Okay, so the coverage is less than in the previous commit, which was 100%. I think, but that's okay. Unable to wait until socket state changes. Oh, that doesn't matter. Reply, error reason, state. And this isn't covered. Okay, that's okay. So it means that this case is okay, because it should fail. This one. I think we can remove this for now. Let's do it. Let's do it. It will be inside the socket. Socket. Not this one, but this one. Okay. and TCP send. So if we reach it, then I think it should be fine whether the code will fail. Just removed not needed line. Able to push it. Let's see the results. Let's see the results. The pipeline. Should be rather fast. Let's see if the dialyzer was restored. It will not be so fast. So let's just check that we have done for today. So test server reconnection. Okay, this is done. Create MPV client module. We have not achieved it for now. We have not created. So extract structures to schema. We have this. Cover code with type specs. Okay. Most of code is already covered. Our project checked. Okay. We've added this check. Date test MPV server. Okay. So yeah, we are able now to test custom responses and send them to our clients. Okay, it is done, and done. Yeah, the Elixir is still working. Okay. If I remember correctly, it's a little bit faster than on a local machine. Oh. So it was adding 184 modules for this period of time, and now we'll try to add a little bit more. I think it will take more time than this. Okay. So what else remaining? So I will create an MPV client module. I think it will be tomorrow, starting at the same time, and we'll start to implement the directions together with testing them. Right now we have a working client. I think it will be nice to work with it. We already prepared some test tracks to load into the MPV player and just updated their metadata just to work with them. So yeah, not copyrighted right now. Okay. definitely will take some time. So yeah, we just end the stream for today, then to continue tomorrow, and we will see the results of our GitHub actions. Thank you. Have a nice day. Or what do you? Okay, bye.